Sitting down to meditate itself is very hard, especially when you're starting out as a beginner. If you've never done this before, it's like you have to overcome so much of your inner demons, find time in this, busy filled, pleasure filled world. You have to overcome all these vices around you. Sit down, close your eyes, and meditate. But then they lay out all these rules. Like you have to light the lamp before you sit down. You have to bring a garland of flowers. You have to bring fruits. Give it to a deity. You must worship that deity. And then you must wear a certain kind of clothes. You cannot be wearing darker shades. Like me wearing this dark red, maroon. You can't be wearing that. You can't wear dark blue. You can't be wearing black. You have to wear lighter shades of colors. And this is what I was told when I started getting into meditation. It was like my whole upbringing. And it was very hard for me because I couldn't close my eyes for 5 to 10 seconds. Maximum was 10 seconds. Me closing my eyes and sitting down with my own thoughts, I couldn't last more than 5 seconds. And when they laid out so many rules, guess what? It made it much more harder for me to even sit down or even follow the path of meditation. Now, if you are watching this video and if you think like, do I need to follow all these rules? No, of course not. You don't have to follow any of them. All you have to do is close your eyes and sit down and follow the steps, which I'm going to mention right here in this video. And I'll even share you my story on how I started getting into this journey of meditation, irrespective of all the rules and all the hardships that I faced, while trying to learn or even, trying to dip my toes into the water into this vast field of meditation. So the thing was, you can light lamps, lighting lamps helps you. Burning incense sticks helps you. Chanting mantras actually help, but it is not necessary in the beginning. When you are a beginner, you don't really have to light lamps, chant mantras, or buy incense sticks. At the beginner stage, all you have to do is sit down, close your eyes, and be aware of all the thoughts and emotions that arise at that given moment. Because a personal experience of mine, I went to this meditation, meditation teachings, where they taught me how to chant mantras for 2 hours. I was in this group of I think 10 to 15 people. They're all in this room. It was the last room of a building, and we were meditating. And yes, it kind of went well. It was the initial stages of my meditation learning. And after the meditation session was over, I came out and I went back in. Everybody was having a conversation with each other. And then there's this one guy, all right? He was so angry. I don't know what the context was, but he had just meditated for 2 hours. And I saw so much anger in him. Like the way he was conversating with the other person, it was like, no, you should follow that regularly. One day if you follow it, and if you stop following, the next day it doesn't work. You have to follow every single day. And there's so much anger radiating out of this person. And bro, you just meditated for 2 hours. Why do you have so much anger in you? And that's when I realized, like, if you're a beginner, if you're not dealt with your past traumatic, emotions, situations, events, guess what? Just chanting mantras, lighting lamps, and burning incense sticks is just a form of escapism, of you escaping from your past traumatic events, from you escaping from your own inner demons. You can sit there, you can buy the most expensive lamp oil in the world, all right? The most expensive incense sticks in the world. Fill it up, 200 liters of lamp oil, fill it up in this huge ass lamp, light it up, make sure the flame is bigger than your house, sit there, draw a big circle, wear the whitest, brightest piece of clothing that you have, covered in silk, garland all around, and incense sticks, sandalwood incense sticks, and it's burning, it's amazing, and you'll be sitting there chanting the best mantra in the world. But guess what? You'll be doing that, and you'll find you're not getting any results. You're not experiencing any breakthrough. and there's no emotional shift, there's no change in your life, your waking life, your conscious life, your spiritual life, and your emotional life. And then you will start resenting meditation. You'll be like, meditation did not work for me. I give up. I don't have the time to do meditation every single day. Anyway, it's not working. I'm putting all this effort. I'm burning so much money to buy lamp oil. I light the lamp and I'm sitting and meditating, it's not working. I chant these mantras, it's not working. Guess what? It's not going to work because you're not being mindful. Because meditation is the practice of being mindful. It's the practice of being in a state, being in the present moment, being in the state where you're not thinking about external situations, external triggers. You're not thinking about your problems. Alright? You're not thinking about the future. You're just living in this very moment. You're just being present completely in this moment. To do that, do you need lamp oil? No. Do you need incense sticks? No. Do you even need to chant mantras? In the beginning, no. You don't even need mantras to be mindful at a very present moment. All you have to do is close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and take a deep breath out. And when you do this, all right, when you do this 5-6 seconds, your thoughts will start racing, especially when you're not used to being in a quiet environment, when you're not used to being in a quiet space, just being alone with your thoughts. Within 5 seconds, so many things will come up in your mind. It will be so hard for you to even sit there. Why? It's because you're scared. You have the fear of your own thoughts, your own inner demons. And you're sitting there and you're not used to this throughout your entire life. You had something going on. You had never sat down alone with your own thoughts. And when you're sitting down alone with your thoughts, things come up, Whatever you had suppressed in the surface, they come up to the surface. And now you have the power to deal with them or not. Now, when you consume alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, insane drugs, even they bring out all these painful situations and trauma up to the surface. That is why you cry, you call up your ex, you get so angry and express yourself when you're high. And that's a negative form of release mechanism because it's an instant high. After that, it comes crashing down. And there's so many messed up stuff that happens to your body and your soul and your emotional state. It's like your dopamine receptors are getting fried up. Your whole nervous system in your body is also getting screwed up at the same time. But in meditation, it's like when you start indulging yourself in this art of meditation, you feel all the intense emotions. You feel the chaos, and you let go of them. And once you let go of them and feel this bliss, even this gets you high, but it's not like that constant high. I would call it bliss. You feel that bliss, and this bliss lingers on for weeks, months, and even years. It becomes part of your life. There is no crash down. There is no meltdown once you start experiencing this bliss. That's how powerful meditation is, and it's constantly puts you in this higher vibrational state. So how do you actually meditate? Just sit down, close your eyes, and around like 5 to 10 seconds, after taking deep breaths in and taking deep breath out, 5 to 10 seconds, you will start feeling that emotions come up. At this point, your mind will be racing, thoughts come up. All you have to do is just observe them. Do not try to control them. Do not try to backward rationalize or make any logic out of it. Just observe them. Stay there. Be the observer. You're the watcher. Let the thoughts pass by. Eventually they pass by. And all you can do is concentrate on your breath. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And now you can add the next layer to this. So if any uneasy emotion or any traumatic event comes up, while you're letting out your breath, when you're exhaling, just visualize that emotion coming out. It's like you expressing that emotion, that painful event through your breath, and feel it in your entire body and then release it out. Now, just by doing this, you will feel much more lighter, and the intensity of that traumatic event or the painful emotion reduces by a substantial amount, and then add another layer to it. So when you breathe out, you let go of the emotion, and then when you breathe in, visualize yourself, taking in that new version or elevating to this higher state, transforming yourself in a way kind of sounds esoteric, like you feel like the new breath kind of revitalizes, rejuvenates you, and transforms you into this whole new being. And then when you let it out, you're letting go of the old emotions. Now, if you're getting high, you will know the term inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. The same principle you apply here. Instead of inhaling weed, you inhale the breath. You inhale normal air while being consciously aware of your thoughts. So inhale the good shit, hold it in, and then exhale the bullshit. Just put in more reps to this, and then you will reach the state, right? At this point, it'll be so much more easier for you to slip into that state of being present in the moment. And now this state is between light meditation and deep meditation. So this state is a void, and this state is a space where you can actually reprogram your subconscious mind. And what I mean by reprogramming your subconscious mind is, if you had so much negative self-talk to yourself, if you were talking bad to yourself like, I can't do this, I'm not worthy of that, I don't deserve this, this is where you can reprogram that into, I am worthy, I am perfect, I deserve this, I can do that, I am that amazing person. And when you reprogram yourself, you're kind of shifting your mindset. And when you shift your mindset, you're automatically in this higher state of vibration. And when you're there in this higher state of vibration, guess what? You will manifest the higher vibrational things. You can manifest love, you can manifest whatever you desire. It's essentially reprogramming yourself into being in this higher version, and all your intuition starts getting stronger. And then the next layer would be deep meditation. And once you get into deep meditation, this is where magic happens. And to get there, you must resolve all this baggage, all the things that have come up to the surface. And then when you come so deep inside, you get that bliss that lasts long. Just doing this for 5 minutes, you don't even have to get into that present moment. If you just breathe in, breathe out, observe your thoughts and emotions, and let go of any uncomfortable truths that come up, or uncomfortable traumatic events that come up, you will feel good in just 3-4 minutes. That's all you need. Now, do you need to chant any mantra to do this? No. Do you need to light a lamp? No. Do you need to burn incense sticks to do this? No. Do you need to wear the brightest silk cloth? No. Do what you want. You can be in your house where you don't even have to wear clothes. I'm being very honest here. You don't even have to wear your clothes. Sit there, take a deep breath in, and just follow what I demonstrated here. And you will feel, the weight just drop off. And when you start putting more reps into this, you can advance. You can climb from level 1, level 2, level 3. It's like a video game. Use this video game approach. And every time you level up, it's not that the levels get easier. You become stronger. And then you start practicing mantras while you're being completely mindful. Just chanting mantras is not going to do anything, because that strips away the meaning of the mantra. Now, I chant mantras myself, but do you need this? Do you need to chant mantra as a beginner? No, you don't. Only once you level up. Once you level up and know the meaning of the mantra, and then you can start chanting. And it's so simple. It doesn't have to be so hard. And why I say this is because in my life, I have had the luck, that blessing of being around spirituality, of being around gurus and teachers. But I've had 2 different sets of gurus, all right? 2 different sets of teachers. The one side, the teachers were very brutal and strict. They were like, you need to light the lamps every single day, 2 times a day, or else you're a lost cause, or else you cannot meditate. And I tried lighting lamps, I tried chanting mantras, but none of it worked. In fact, it increased the resentment that I had for meditation, and I gave up meditation completely. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm not finding any breakthrough. I'm not, unable to even control my emotional thoughts. And now, then I found teachers and gurus who taught me a different approach, an approach based on feeling. Right? You don't have to follow any of these. You just sit down, meditate. And again, even these were complicated concepts, but I could grasp this much more easier than the latter. That gave me so much more realization of the person I am. You see, I'm a person who doesn't see love. I feel love. All right. I'm more of a feeling-driven person. I primarily move from the right part of my brain. I feel more than thinking. And if I see, I can see acts of love, but I will not appreciate it as much as me feeling love. And I know you can be the same way. Now, me doing this video on meditation, is me thinking about my younger self. I know there's many of you who relate to my younger self. If I had to teach my 15-year-old self and how to meditate, I will not go be telling him like light the lamps or chant any mantras. I would make it as easy as it for him to follow. Because as I mentioned before at the start of this video, meditation, sitting down, making up your mind to even go meditate for 2 minutes is very hard. All right. And you adding all these external stuff, lighting lamps, purchase an amazing lamp oil. It's just adding more barriers for you to go do that work. Meditation should be simple. It should be easy. It doesn't have to be so hard as it seems. I'm going to be completely honest and transparent here. I am not an enlightened guru. I cannot change my body into plasma, transport it to the top of the Himalayas, and then come back here within 2 milliseconds. I don't have laser eyes or freeze breath, or can make myself lighter and float in the air while meditating. But I know how to make meditation so much more easier. I know how to make meditation effortless without any external requirements or equipment or fancy stuff that you need to buy. I know how you can go from not knowing, having any clue about meditation to meditating on a regular basis, and then have the ability to slip into the meditative state without even sitting down. Like right now, I don't even meditate, Some days I don't even go and sit down and meditate. It's like I slip into the state of meditation and then I come out. Like 3-4 hours, it just goes like this. It'd be so much easier. And I don't even have to sit down for 30-45 minutes. Some days I sit down for 5 minutes, some days I sit down for 15 minutes. And there are days where I don't even sit down. It's like I'll be cooking and I'll be in a meditative state. I'll be walking down the streets. I'll catch this amazing sunset. And I'll slip into the meditation state where I'm not thinking about the past, where I'm not thinking about the future. I am present in this very moment. Now, there are no problems or thought patterns going in my mind. I'm just being present in the very moment. I'll be with my friends and I'll be in this meditative state. Meditation doesn't mean that you have to sit down. Sitting down, breathing in and breathing out is just a practice for getting into the meditative state. But that doesn't have to be the definitive meaning and the definitive, procedure for you to slip into this meditative state. Because sometimes I write a song, I'll be singing and playing my guitar at the same time, and I'll be in this meditative state. 6 hours go by like this. I just don't realize that. And that is meditative state. Now, a very, easy ways that help me to propel my progress in meditation is I used to immerse myself in any things that bring me, any creative endeavors that bring me pleasure, such as writing music, performing music, singing, songwriting. Sometimes even I'll be dancing. I'm not a very good dancer, but sometimes some songs make me dance, and I'll start dancing at the given moment. I love ABBA. I love Michael Jackson. I listen to their songs and the beat. I just can't help but move myself. And dancing and moving your body is a form of meditation. What are you doing? You're just releasing that energy, that you're transmuting that energy that you have, that inner demons that you have, you're transmuting that into energy. And this energy is being let out in a very healthy way. And you can try this. You don't really have to sit down and meditate some days. You can do that as a practice to slip into these meditative states as easy as possible at the willingness of your mind, of your thought, and you'll be listening to a song. I mean, if you watch a good movie, if you listen to a good song, you just can't help but get lost in the abyss of the song. And I don't mean for you to listen to a sad, degrading, spiritually degrading, emotionally degrading songs. I mean, you can listen to that and sing along just to express that sadness outside. But if you are constantly listening to negative songs or emotionally damaging songs, what do you think is going to happen? That song is going to reprogram your mind, and you're going to stay in that state of lower vibrational frequency and energy, which manifests itself outside in your reality. Now, when you start dancing and letting out the energy of the song, when you start creating something, when you start drawing, when you start even running, right? When you start painting, when you start writing, when you start singing, songwriting, or any creative endeavor, when you start a process of creation, you turn your inner demons, you turn all the things that are holding you back, that have happened to you in the past, you turn that into art, into creativity, you turn that into something that has life. You turn all the inner demons and transmute it and let it out through art. And when you do that, it frees up so much inner space. It gives you so much more clarity, and you get that relief, the breath of relief. And if you're not a creative person, if you don't like, immersing yourself in any creative way, you can also release that energy, release it very consciously while you're into any physical sport, working out, practicing Tai Chi, Qigong, Kung Fu, karate, boxing. Channel that energy and let it out. And this can also be meditation. You see the top athletes, the top sportsmen, the top musicians, actors, go watch their interviews, any artist interview. They say that they were in a state when they produced their best work. It's like the universe was flowing towards them. They were in this flow state. And you can unlock flow state only if you know how to slip into the meditation state. Flow state is just a higher form of the meditative state. So to get into the meditative state, you must practice by sitting down, closing your eyes, regulating your thoughts and emotions, letting them pass, letting go of the inner traumatic demons that come or arise, especially when you're closing your eyes and meditating. Only when you do all this, it'll be easier for you to slip into the meditative state at the will of your mind. Now, you don't need any equipment. You don't need to buy lamp oil. You don't have to light lamps to just sit down and meditate. It is very simple. All right. Once you start practicing this, it'll be so much more easier for you to slip into this meditative state at any given moment. Now, you could be enjoying coffee. You'll be sipping on that coffee. Sometimes I'll be sipping on my coffee and I'm blank. I'm not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not thinking about what's going to happen in an hour. I'm not thinking about what happened 10 minutes ago. The coffee was so good. I'm just so lost. I'm just marinating the flavor. I'm just being in that moment. And do you want to feel like this? Especially like when you're dancing, it's a form of meditation. When you're singing, it's a form of meditation. When you're moving your body, when you're working out, it's a form of meditation. Now, slipping into this meditative state requires practice. And that practice is called meditation. Now, doing the meditation shouldn't be so hard, shouldn't be so complicated. It should be simple, easy, and you must feel an instant difference from the beginning of the meditation to the end of the meditation. So, start following this process. It is very simple. I've broken it down to the simplest way possible. You can start this at any given moment. And you don't even have to do it for 10-15 minutes. Just do it for 2 minutes. Start with 2 minutes. That's all it takes to transform your life and elevate yourself.